Hello everyone, this is Joe Workman, and I would like to welcome you to the 14th episode of WeaverCast. Now, we haven't done this podcast in quite a long time, and we're changing the format up a little bit. We're going to do shorter tutorials instead of the long 1 hour, hour and a half tutorials that we used to do. And in today's podcast, we're going to go over Font Awesome. And we're going to go over really quickly how to integrate it into your websites and even add it to like your menu options. WeaverCast is no longer than 10 minutes, so let's get started. So today's podcast is going to be about Font Awesome and how we can use it to actually have great, rich, retina-ready icons, not only in our website content, but also inside of our menus. So before we get started, I really want to talk about how there are actually two versions of Font Awesome. Not too long ago, Font Awesome 4 was released, and it was really, really great. It was a nice update. However, it's not backwards compatible with the Font Awesome 3.0, which a lot of your older themes and plugins may be using. So, in today's podcast, I'm going to be going over all of the latest and greatest with Font Awesome 4. However, you can follow the same exact steps with the old Font Awesome 3.2 site as well. So if you go to the Font Awesome's website, you'll notice that there is the old 3.2.1 docs site. If you click on that button, you will get to the documentation for Font Awesome 3. So, if you know that you're using a theme that already has Font Awesome 3 loaded, you're probably going to want to follow the instructions based on Font Awesome 3 instead of Font Awesome 4. Again, you're going to follow the same exact steps. It's just the stuff that you're going to copy and paste into your RapidWeaver project will be slightly different. So I've created a really simple RapidWeaver project for us to play in. Now the first thing that we need to do is make sure that Font Awesome is loaded on our web pages. And this is really simple. Now if you already know that your theme is using Font Awesome, it probably lists it on the product page for that particular theme, whether or not it supports Font Awesome. And again, you're going to want to make sure that if it supports Font Awesome 4 or Font Awesome 3. Okay. Now, if your theme does not have Font Awesome included in it, let's see how easy it is to add. So here we are on Font Awesome's website. We'll go to the Get Started tab. And then all we need to do is go down and copy this one line of code. And then we're going to paste this into the header tab inside of our page inspector. Now there's one change that we're going to have to make in order for this to work inside of our RapidWeaver projects. And that is inside this href, we're going to have to make sure that we add https:/. This basically will make sure that this URL is fully realized within your RapidWeaver preview mode. And that's all the setup that you need to do. Now there are other stacks out there such as my Letterpress stack that actually will load Font Awesome for you. So if you're using my Letterpress stack on the page, you don't need to do that step either. Now adding Font Awesome to your web page is really simple. All we need to do is drag out the a text stack and simply paste in the code from Font Awesome. And we'll look at where to find these codes in just a little bit. So if we preview the page, we'll notice that we have a small anchor icon. Now that's really small. Let's style it up a little bit. Now, since this is a text area, I could just simply make my text a little bit bigger. Let's say I want to center it, and we're going to color it red. Okay. And there we go. I have an anchor that is rather large, red. So where do we get the code snippets for these icons? Well, simply go to the Font Awesome webpage and then go to the icons page. And you'll notice that they have a catalog of over 300 available icons. And when you find the icon that you would like to use, for instance, let's find the home icon. You'll notice that when you go there, you'll see previews of different sizes of that font. And you'll notice the code snippet here. So simply highlight that code snippet, copy it, and then paste that snippet just as we did in the RapidWeaver project. So we saw how easy it was to add Font Awesome icons into our page content. But what if we wanted to add it to our navigation? For example, let's say my homepage, instead of my homepage saying home, what if I wanted to actually have the icon, a home icon from Font Awesome? Well, that couldn't be easier. So in RapidWeaver's navigation pane on the left, we have all of our page names. And if you notice, these are the exact names that show up inside of our menu. Well, what if instead of actually having the word home, we put in the Font Awesome code? Like so. We notice immediately that because we added the Font Awesome code into the page name, we now have a home icon instead of just the word home. Now, if you want to have the icon as well as some text, that is perfectly okay as well. Just go here and add the word home after. And we now have our icon and the home button, and the home text. So as you see, this is really powerful. You can use these Font Awesome snippets everywhere inside your RapidWeaver project. You can use them in your footer, use them in your sidebar, use them in your content, use them in your navigation, wherever you see fit. It's very easy to do and very powerful. Now, one last great tip. If you go to the examples page on the Font Awesome website, you'll notice that there are some awesome other utility classes that you can add to your Font Awesome code. For example, if you want larger icons, instead of using the text stack to control the size, you can actually just add some classes to your icon code that allows you to actually control the size of that particular code as well. Hey, well, thanks for watching today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any show ideas, please let me know. I'm always looking out to see exactly what you, the users, actually want to learn. So you can reach me anytime. You probably know this. You can reach me anytime on app.net or Twitter @JoeWorkman. And you can always send ideas to our support email, which is support@joeworkman.net. And as always, if you haven't checked out my awesome products and tutorials, do so at joeworkman.net. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Bye.